Are you nervous?
I'm just gonna lie and say no.
Morning.
Hi. From there.
You guys want to make coffee?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Great. Come on in. So these are our guests from last night, and they brought us this coffee from Greece. This is from Greece.
Yes.
And they're gonna prepare it their way today.
Yeah.
And they said, how do I want it? Black, sweet, or medium sweet? And I said with cream.
No.
No.
Cream. Never.
No.
Milk or cream.
No cream.
These are
no.
nice.
Okay. All right. We're experiencing multiculturalism.
You will regret it. Yeah.
Wait.
Definitely.
What's the rule?
Never leave the Greek coffee.
Don't leave it out of your sight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just watch it.
You gotta make eye contact at all times.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Otherwise it will
It's gonna boil and then it's gonna be a
boil
huge
over.
mess.
Okay.
And it happens every time you don't go with the rule. Yeah.
like always.
What you're trying to do is you wait for the foam and then you pour half in each cup and then you wait for another load of foam because this is the camate.
Like the cream, crema.
Okay.
And we wait for this.
Okay. So this is Panos
Hey.
Yeah.
and Nikoletta, and yesterday you guys just arrived at our house. We didn't know.
We didn't know.
We didn't know. Okay. What time did you get here?
6:30 I think it was.
And we were gone.
Yeah.
So we didn't meet you until we got home at 10 o'clock. And were you just like waiting outside, or did my mom?
Just hanging around the garden, yeah. And yeah, we met your mom. She's lovely. Lovely.
And then you guys are from where? You're from Greece.
Greece, yeah.
And tell us about your adventure real quick.
So basically we started doing a life dream, touring the world with our backpacks and trying to hitchhike as much as we can, on a very low budget. Started from New York. And it's like early days here in the US on our trip in general. And we're going south, 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 all the way to South America, and then who knows where the wind blows us, we'll see.
Yeah. For how long?
10 months, something like that.
Okay.
And then back home.
So then last night, they spent the night in our yard. It was their first night in that tent right there.
Yeah, it was really good.
And now they're making us Greek coffee. That is really different. That doesn't taste like our coffee at all. Here we are 3 days later, and as you can see, Nikoletta and Panos are still staying in our yard. When we were talking about how long they could stay for, they asked me if there was any work that they could do around our place, and at first it felt weird because I was just thinking, well, why don't you just be our guest and not work? But they kept on offering. So I did have 2 jobs that they helped with. One was to scrape paint inside of that house, and the other was to build a walkway in our garden using all these old bricks that have been on the property for years. So this is what they have been doing. Look at it, all this path from all the way over there to here. See, I made this before, like years ago, but this right here is all them. Man, this is beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Here, and then you want to look like right there,
Right.
if possible.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter, but first you got to try this.
Thank you.
All right, you said you like cider. Cheers. Try this and let me know what you think.
This is red.
Yeah, it's I think it might be a blackberry apple.
Oh, I like that.
You like it? Okay. It's easy. You just talk, you know. Just like pretend it's not there, I guess, but you gotta look, you know.
Really?
Yeah, well, yeah, really, you get used to it. After we've spent, how many days together? 3 days?
I think.
We've had some conversations that were really fun for me to hear from your perspective, because I think there's 2 things that are funny to me. One is you're from the other part of the world. And 2 is you just kind of like jumped into our house. You see everything.
Yeah.
Like, we wouldn't even know you existed 4 days ago. And now you're like eating meals with us.
That's true.
So then you went from knowing nothing to knowing everything in a way. So what have you seen here?
Well, I've seen your blog a little bit. Not too much because I was busy with preparing my tour. So I kind of knew how you raised your kids, but it was really new to me. So I wanted to come and visit you and, you know, like see it for myself. that it's possible and that it's real, and you know.
So what did you see on the vlogs that made you interested?
Well, first I saw that you were hiking the AT with the kids, and I did a lot of hiking myself, also with little kids, but not with my own and not with so many. And I think it's a great thing for kids.
Okay.
And then I continued watching some of your videos talking about the way you raise the kids, how much freedom they have, and what I think is that they get really independent, and I can see that here. It really works for them.
What are some examples of independence that you saw? Because you said it was like kind of weird at first, right?
Well, first it was weird because I thought they're on summer vacation, and you said, no, they don't go to school. And I go like, what? Because in Europe this is not an option in most places.
Yeah.
Like you have to go to school.
I think in America too, technically.
Yeah. I was playing and drawing with one of your little daughters, and we were doing some counting and some writing, and we exchanged notes and, you know, coins, and she was really fascinated, but then we were trying to count them and to do a bit of calculation, and she was struggling with that. So I helped her, which was fine, and then she did understand. And later in the day we were drawing, and then...
But you said for her age, it was like she was behind in math.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yes. And then we were drawing. And
which this is Filia. We've already talked about a lot of
it
this.
is,
Yeah.
yes.
So she's like, Cammie's been really struggling because she doesn't want to learn how to read a lot of days. So Cammie said, well, it's your choice. And people always type like, whoa, kids should read more, you know.
Right.
So people say that.
Well, she wrote my name, which is pretty long.
Okay.
It's Nikoletta, so, you know, she wrote the whole thing a couple of times on every drawing. And she drew a rainbow. And she gave it to me, and then she said, no, you have to give it back because I forgot the rain and the sun. Because she said, without sun and rain, there's no rainbow. That was amazing to watch her realize and do that. You know, it was the most normal thing for her.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think other kids in her age don't do that.
When you told me that, it almost like, I don't know why, but it almost made me want to cry.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't really feel like the kids are behind, but I don't always see how good they are at certain things. It's fun to see it with new eyes.
Yeah. Well, you told me that your 12-year-old did the brick path.
Yeah.
You know, 12-year-olds usually don't do that. You know, and she enjoyed it and she did it well.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Another big thing you talked about was cooking or shopping.
Yes. Well, it was Memory's turn to cook.
Yep.
For 8 people, plus us 2, that's like 10. We went to the store together, but basically she took me by the hand to show me where everything is. Big store.
Because yeah, so the store here, which is our small grocery store, is huge for you, huh?
It's
huge.
Can
you describe what that feels like?
Well, usually if I want to buy cream cheese, I go and I just, you know, choose from 2 kinds, and here there were like 15, and I was like, what do I buy? I just want cream cheese. But she was great, and she did all the shopping, and you know, how much do I need for that many people? When do I have to start preparing it? And then everything was ready on time, and we had dinner, the 10 of us, prepared by a 12-year-old, and I go like, whoa! If this is not independent, you know, then what is? Yeah, I thought this was pretty amazing.
I don't really think of our family as creating independent kids, because our channel's called Fight for Together. And we're trying to promote people to like be in relationship together But I actually believe that to have a healthy relationship, it means letting the people be independent, at least in their thought especially.
Yeah.
So, but it's funny, it's almost unintuitive, or not what I would expect, to hear people compliment our kids on their independence.
Yes. Well, I guess from the outside you just see different things, like the way you make space for yourself in your relationship and as a person, as a parent. Because
Yeah, can you speak to that? Because that was, you told a story and then you said that was really shocking to you.
Yes.
So what did you see that was so shocking?
Well, I saw Cami sitting and reading a book.
Right here, out here.
Right here, and I was like...
And she's probably smoking a cigar.
I can't remember that.
Yeah, I can guarantee she was smoking a cigar.
And I was like, wow, this is great. You can be a mother of 6 and just have time to read a book.
So why was that shocking to you?
Because I never made that experience. With the family I got to know. Usually it's more, okay, like the mother has to be a mother first, and then a wife, and then a housekeeper, and then maybe, you know, a person and a woman on her own, because this is how it should be.
Yeah.
And here I see an opposite thing, and it feels healthy and it looks healthy, and it's great that you were able to create that space for yourself.
Because you said you were shocked that Cami was even playing the guitar, like really prioritizing her own needs or desires as a person.
Well, she was doing all those things, that she made space and time for herself.
Yeah.
And that you two obviously spoke about, to be able to do that, which I think is much better than, you know, putting yourself last all the time.
Yeah.
Also as an example to the kids.
Yeah, and it seems almost tied to the first thing that you talked about with the independence, because if the mother is always prioritizing the needs of the family and always doing all the cooking and all the cleaning and all that type of thing, then the kids don't have to. And it feels nice in a way because they're being taken care of, but they're also learning something else, which is they can't do it themselves.
In the long run, you're not doing them a favor. Not at all.
The final thing is, you were really fascinated by our experiment that we're in the middle of, where January 1 we got rid of all the house rules for all the kids, which meant 7, our 14-year-old played a lot of video games, the house was really messy for a month or 2, and it was kind of chaotic.
Of course it's weird because you're used to a household with kids where there's a lot of rules. Here I don't really feel that there's no rules, even though the kids sometimes say this. They say, oh, can I come to the store with you because I have $3 and we have no rules, so I can go and buy candy. But then she came back and shared with everyone, you know? So you say you have no rules, but I can still see that this is working. Like everybody is doing their share in the house, they're working together. Well, it seems to work for you guys, so.
And we're not saying everybody should get rid of the rules.
No.
That would be kind of scary, I think.
Yes, definitely.
What do you like about it though, or what do you think, what are you worried about, or what concerns you?
Well, I like that they have the chance to find out for themselves. If you watch TV for 16 straight hours, you will get a headache. So find out, and then, you know, you will learn that this is gonna happen. I don't have to tell you anymore. You will feel for yourself.
Yeah.
But I think as an adult, it would be really hard to watch a kid do this to themselves, right? Like,
yeah,
it's bad for you, don't do it. But then you cannot say it because there's no rules, so. Well, if no rules means to try it out and then realize for yourself, then I guess it's a good thing. But you obviously did some work before that. As you said, it doesn't work for every family, it doesn't work for every kid.
If you don't have, in this case, parents there, or at least people living a life that the kids want to be like,
yeah.
You know, instead of just saying no video games, if we live a life and show them that maybe there's something better than playing video games, then it might be kind of more scary to have no rules. So as parents, we have to kind of like believe that we can show our kids a better way. Otherwise, if we're not showing them a better way, maybe video games is the best thing they can do all day. Yeah. Which is kind of scary.
You guys, you read books, right? You have books in the house. There's family that don't. So they don't have books in the house, the parents don't read, so I cannot expect the kid to start reading and love reading. It's not gonna happen. So you have to give a good example. You do that with your kids.
Cool, well, anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay. So you left Greece 2 weeks ago,
Yes.
and then you came to America for the first time.
First time ever.
You didn't tell me how much money you have. You don't have to say.
Not much.
Not much.
No. We said about 10 euros. How much is this?
10 euros is probably $15 or so. I don't know.
So we said 10 euros per day per person, which includes transportation, food and accommodation. So that's why we have a tent, and that's why you hitch.
Yeah, and that's why you're working.
Yes, that's why we're working.
But I feel like we're underpaying you or something. I don't know.
I mean, we're really happy that you accepted us in your home because, as you said, we just showed up like this, right?
You did just show up.
Yes.
We were driving, and then we get a phone call from Eden, and she's like, there's 2 people here with backpacks from Europe, and I don't know if they want to stay here or not. And I was like, just tell them to wait outside till we get back.
Yeah.
So I think you waited for 3 hours or 4 hours or so.
And then it got dark, and then we said, we really have to go now because we have to find a place to, you know.
And what you're experiencing, to me, it feels like what we experience on the trail.
Yes.
Where when you come into someone's home, I mean, you could probably travel for a week or a month and only stay in hotels.
Yeah.
But you're choosing to do it a different way, where you're coming into people's homes and you get to meet people and have conversations and see a different side of life.
Well, that's why we came.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to do all-inclusive holidays.
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't afford it, but we also, you know, chose this way of traveling because we want to see how it is to live here or in Cuba or in Mexico or, you know, in all the other places.
A lot of people would feel sorry for you because they're like, oh, that poor person can't stay in a hotel.
Oh, no, don't be.
But this feels like way better in a way.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy. I don't think people like see that side of it.
Yeah.
What you miss out on when you stay in a hotel.
Well, we're only on the road for like 2 weeks and it's been amazing. It's been great. Yeah, we stayed in a monastery for 2 weeks. We stayed in a truck for 2 days. And with you guys for 3 nights now.
All right. Well, if people want to follow your journey, you can go to this website here and we'll try and put the link in the description. All right, well, have you guys decided, are you leaving tomorrow or are you staying another night?
Well, we really wanted to finish the path, but with no bricks, you know, there's nothing we can do.
I'm still hoping my neighbors get back to me about bricks, but we'll find out.
If we get bricks, we'll stay and finish it.
Ooh, okay.
If we don't, we'll leave in the morning.
All right, I'm gonna try and get bricks though.
So.
The first time I am trying a bud. I've like heard movies, but I've never actually tried it in person, yeah? I'm just gonna do it now.
All right.
Just you watch. The aftertaste seems like there's a sweet, kind of fruity, but like very subtle in a way.